Hi, good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Afaq and today I'm going to talk about deepfake technology threats, a comprehensive cybersecurity risk assessment. I'm pleased to begin our group presentation on a very timely and critical topic in the world of cybersecurity. This presentation will focus on deepfake technology threats, which is becoming increasingly relevant in today's digital world. So I have a question for you. Have you ever watched a video online and later discovered it was completely fake, even though it looked real? It was a deepfake video. In 2023, a fake video of a world leader caused panic in a stock market. Between 2022 and 2023, there was a 78% increase in deepfake related cyber incidents, with each attack costing an average of $4.3 million. This presentation is based on a comprehensive risk assessment report prepared by me and my other group members. So our aim is to examine how deepfake technology is being used maliciously, assess the risks, and recommend strategic countermeasures. And I will start by providing the background and objectives and key observations from our report, and then my colleagues will explain rest of the part, uh, the threat vectors, recommendations, and how organizations can defend against deepfake threats. So these are my group members, and these are the topics that we will discuss in this. So let's begin with the introduction and the key findings for our risk assessment. So in our case scenario, CyberShield Solution is a company that we are going to use. So CyberShield Solution is a premier cybersecurity consultancy, operates in a high-risk digital environment where secure communication and stakeholders' trust are paramount. The firm relies on video conferencing, digital media distribution, and multi-factor authentication to serve Fortune 500 clients. However, the rise of AI-generated deepfake presents and growing threats, with a 78% increase in deepfake-related incidents among the clients from 2022 to 2023. So these attacks have caused an average financial loss of $4.3 million per incident. So this report assesses deepfake risk and proposed mitigation strategies to safeguard CyberShield's operation and client trust. So the primary objective of this risk assessment are to identify key vulnerabilities in CyberShield digital communication, evaluate the potential business impacts, including financial, reputation, and operational consequences, and recommend actionable control such as AI-powered detection tools and employee training programs. The assessment focus on prevention, detection, and response strategies tailored to CyberShield's high-risk profile, and findings will inform cybersecurity policies and client advisory to mitigate deepfake threats proactively. So overall observation. Deepfake technology poses a high risk, high impact threat to CyberShield, particularly in video consultation and digital report distribution. Current defenses are insufficient, as 62% of employees cannot reliably detect sophisticated deepfakes attack vector, including CEO fraud, fake threat intelligence reports, and credential phishing via manipulated videos. Without intervention, the firm faces legal liabilities, client attrition, and erosion of brand credibility. The risk is compounded by the rapid evaluation of generative AI tools, necessitating adaptive solutions. But there are positive observations as well. Despite the challenges, CyberShield has opportunity to leverage its expertise in cybersecurity for mitigation. AI-based deepfake detector, for example, Microsoft Video Authenticator, have shown 90% plus accuracy in trials. Additionally, blockchain-based media authentication could ensure report integrity, while targeted employee training significantly improved detection rates. And early adopter of these measures have reduced deepfake related losses by 40%. By integrating these solutions, CyberShield can reinforce trust, maintain its competitive edge as a cybersecurity leader. So that was my part. Now I will hand over to next group member who will deliver deeper into the technical vulnerabilities and specific threat scenarios we have analyzed. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I would be very happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Mohammad Bilal Munir, and I am going to discuss the methodologies and framework assessment basis. Let me walk through the foundation of our risk assessment. We started by analyzing internal data from CyberShield incident report across 2022 and 2023, which released a sharp 78% increase in deepfake related incidents. That significant spike made it clear at emerging urgent threat. The benchmarks our finding, we used Metri attack case studies focused on synthetic media. These help us understand how attackers are adopting deepfake technology for social engineering and impression. We also conducted interviews with IT teams, employees, and clients to capture first-hand perspectives on these threats are impacting our operations. On the technical side, we evaluated deepfake detection tools, the Microsoft Video Authenticator in controlled lab environment to understand their real-world effectiveness. And finally, we align our findings with regulatory frameworks including NIST SP 800/53 for security control and both GDPR and CCPA to ensure compliance with data integrity. All of these is backed by recent publications from Australian regulatory bodies, academic research, and tools from Cyber Risk Institute. So continuing with this slide, now let's look at how structures the assessment. We integrated four key frameworks: NIST CSF guide as through the fully security lifecycle, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. ISO 27005 provide a consistent method for analyzing and treating risk. And MITRE attack helped us map deepfake specific traffic like impersonations and social engineering. And FAIR allowed us to qualify risk in financial and reputation terms. We followed five-phase methodologies. First, we identify the key threats, deepfake attack like COE fraud and fake reports. Then we assess, especially in video conferencing media authentication systems. We estimated the impact and likelihood of each thread using the FAIR model. Then we assigned risks source high, medium, or low medium based on severity. Finally, we recommend control including AI detection tools and staff training to mitigate the most pressing risk. Together, these steps ensured a robust, representable, evidence-based approach to cybersecurity risk.
Hi, I will be starting from here. My name is Faz Ahmed and my student ID is 372031. I'm going to present this topic, which is organizational context. I'll be talking about scenario-based organization description. CyberShield's core strength is its position as a trusted security provider. However, deepfake pose a severe risk by exploiting digital assets, targeting executives, and undermining trust. These attacks can have far-reaching consequences impacting both the firm's external reputation and internal operations. If we'll talk about potential impacts, first one is loss of client trust. Deepfakes can erode the confidence clients have in the security and reliability of the firm. Financial damage. The cost of managing these breaches can be substantial, including direct financial losses and long-term revenue impacts. Legal and regulatory issues. Regulatory penalties and lawsuits can arise if the company fails to protect sensitive data. Operational disruption. These attacks can also impact day-to-day operations, reducing efficiency and potentially shutting down critical systems. Information assets at risk. Customer trust and brand reputation. The foundation of long-term client relationships, internal communications, and intellectual property, the critical knowledge that drives innovation. Client data and trust, the personal and sensitive data that must be protected. Live demonstrations and product integrity, the ability to showcase secure solutions without interference. Marketing, messaging, and public perception. Maintaining a consistent and trusted public image. Reputation of company executives. Safeguarding the credibility of leadership, which is essential for investor and client confidence. Concluding, this cyber shield must proactively address these risks to protect its reputation and maintain client trust in this rapidly changing cybersecurity landscape. This means investing in advanced detection technology, robust internal processes, and ongoing risk assessment to stay ahead of potential threats. Thank you very much. Now the next topic will be presented by my other group fellow. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Thanks to my fellow team members for discussing about the deepfake. Now I am walk through a threat and vulnerability assessment related to cybersecurity risk, particularly focusing on emerging digital threats like deepfakes and social engineering. Let's start with the section 1, which is threats. This column highlights several serious concerns. Deepfake and BEC attacks are growing rapidly and can be used to impersonate executives or manipulate communications. Reputation damage, which is another critical threat. Legal risk can arise when false information or identity misuse leads to compliance breaches. Social engineering, where attackers manipulate individuals to give up sensitive information, is often a gateway for deeper attacks. And the last one of the threats is insider deepfake sabotage, which refers to employees using AI-generated content to manipulate or sabotage systems from within. Second section is about the vulnerabilities. These are the weak points that expose us to threats. Common issues includes poor verification process, media monitoring, gaps in legal preparedness, no multi-factor authentication. And the last one is no digital forensic readiness, which means we can't easily trace or verify deepfake content after an incident occurs. Section 3 is about the threat actors. The threats don't operate in a vacuum. They are driven by threat actors. These include cyber criminals and nation states who often use sophisticated tools to exploit digital systems. Activists and competitors might exploit reputational weakness for political or market advantages. Malicious insiders, unfortunately, can also be a big risk, especially when they have knowledge of internal system and access. And the last part is about the potential impacts. If we don't address these threats and vulnerabilities, the potential impact is severe. There could be financial loss and data breaches due to compromised communications. Organizations may suffer brand loss and stock drops from reputational harm. Lawsuits, fines, and litigations could follow due to regulatory violations, and even worse. In conclusion of this slide, I can say cyber threats today are not just technical. They are reputational, legal, and human. Building robust verification systems, strengthening crisis communications, and preparing for digital forensics are essential steps toward resilience. Thank you.
Everyone. Today I will be presenting the risk analysis section of our Deepfake technology threats report. We know that deepfakes are AI generated videos, images, or audio that look and sound real, and they are becoming increasingly difficult to detect because of their realism and reach. Deepfakes pose serious threats to cybersecurity, privacy, and public trust. Here you can see that I have identified or we have identified 5 threats. To analyze these threats, I used a risk matrix. The risk matrix is a tool that evaluates each risk based on 2 factors: likelihood and impact. From there, we assign each threat a risk rating like low, medium, high, or extreme, depending on where it falls on the matrix. Some of the major risks I assessed include business email compromise using deepfakes, reputational damage, social engineering attacks, insider threats, and legal or regulatory issues. The next slide, we can see there's a risk matrix figure. This matrix shows the results visually. The most serious or extreme risk is business email compromise via deepfakes. These attacks are not only highly likely, but also have severe financial and operational impacts. Other threats like reputational damage, social engineering, and insider threats are rated high, meaning they're likely to happen and could cause significant harm. Legal and regulatory challenges are rated medium, not as urgent, but still important, especially as laws continue evolving. And here we can see that there are extreme risk, high risk, and medium risk. To summarize the risk rating, extreme risk uh, BEC via deepfake, this should be top priority for organization to address. And high risk includes reputation loss, social engineering, and insider threats. These require monitoring and strong internal policies. And the medium risk include legal and regulatory. While currently less likely, this could become more serious in the near future. Prioritizing risk is the way that helps us in allocating resources efficiently and focusing mitigation efforts where they are most needed. To conclude, I can say that deepfake technology brings complex and evolving threats, and conducting a structured risk analysis like this helps us stay prepared. By assigning risk rating and using the matrix, we can clearly see where action is needed the most. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Usman, student ID S373800. So let's begin with the core recommendation. AI based detection system to combat deepfake threats. We recommend 3 tools. First, Microsoft Video Authenticator detects real-time video manipulation with 78% accuracy. Second, Deepfake Guard Pro combines audio and video checks with 91% success in implementation tests. And third, Neural Hash Verification, which spots deepfake patterns, reducing false negatives by 63%. All tools work across platforms like Zoom, email, client portals, as shown in our layered architecture. So let's move to roles and responsibilities. Uh, in this, the Chief Information Security Officer leads strategy and budget approvals. IT handles deployment and testing, while HR, legal, and PR manage training, compliance, and communication. We roll this out in 3 phases. First 3 months, as you can see, is about AI tools, staff training. Next 3 months, blockchain, watermarking, biometrics, and by next 12 months, forensic and 24/7 monitoring. So if you want more detail on execution plan, you can head to the very next part of this presentation, as this is done by Usman, the next group member. So moving to the next slide. In recommendation, we address two major risks. The first one is business email compromise, mitigated with FIDO2 logins, voice print checks, and red flag training. The second one is brand damage, which can be handled through blockchain proof, 24/7 media watch, and a chief media officer. We also handle social engineering with challenge responsive quizzes and AI ethic training, inside sabotage with monitoring, limited access, and whistleblower portals. Both include forensic drills to stay prepared. Our top three priorities: real-time detection, employee training, and blockchain authentication. Each is high impact and fits into our architecture, from monitoring to detection, then verification and response. So turning to training, training is structured like all staff yearly, security teams quarterly, executive twice a year. So we also update media policies, set up response team, and ensure legal compliance with GDPR and global.
Hello, my name is Usman and my student ID number is S373687. In this presentation, I will briefly explain the roadmap to protect our organization from deepfake threats. The phase 1 initial response 0 to 60 days. In the first 60 days, we take fast actions. We use Microsoft Video Authenticator for executive messages. We add extra verification for big transactions and use strong login tools like web authentication. Training starts first off and we update the media checking process. By then, we do a test to see how ready we are. In the next slide, phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 2 includes full staff training and setting up fake catcher to find deep fakes. We appoint a new leader called the CMAO and finish writing the verification plan. In phase 3, we certify all outgoing media, test off with phishing emails, and finish AI documents. We also do a 6-month review to check how things are going. Phase 4 and 5. In the last two phases, we work on advanced tools and future goals. We create better detection systems and partners with others. We also launch a public portal to verify media, host conference, and set up a center of excellence. A full review is done by 24th month. Now, the implementation governance framework. A team of leaders like the CEO or CISO guides the whole plan and meets every 3 months. A project team manages daily work, reports progress weekly, and handles risks. Technical groups focus on AI, security, and media checking. Other departments like legal and HR also support the process. Now, key performance indicators. We track our work with key performance indicators or KPIs. There are two types, implementation and operational. Implementation KPIs include schedule tracking, budget control, and team work capacity. These help us check if the project is moving on time and within budget. Now, also key performance indicators. Operational KPIs show if the system is working well. We aim for over 95% defect detection accuracy and under 2% false alarms. Our response time should be less than 30 minutes. Also, we target over 98% training completion across the company.
Hi everyone, I am Abbas Farooq and I will conclude all the slides. So let's wrap up our presentation with the key conclusion from our risk assessment. Deepfake technology is not just an emerging threat, it's already impact cyber shield solution in critical areas like brand trust, client relationships, and operational integrity. Our analysis identified five core threat vectors: BEC attacks, brand damage, legal exposure, social engineering, and insider threats. Among these, business email compromise through deepfake is categorized as an extreme risk, demanding immediate attention. To counter these threats, we recommend a multi-layered mitigation strategy aligned with ISO 27005 and NIST SP 830. This includes technical controls such as AI-based detection tools, blockchain watermarking, and behavioral biometrics. Process enhancement like zero trust architecture and CRIS playbooks, human capital development through training, leadership roles, and secure reporting channels. These layered defense work together to protect both companies' assets and its reputation. And our roadmap is designed for both rapid response and long-term release. In phase one, within the first 3 months, we focus on deploying AI detection tools, launching employee training, and tightening verification protocols. Phase two brings in core technologies like blockchain and behavioral biometric. And by the phase three, we will implement advanced forensic tools and 24 by 7 monitoring within a SOC. So we have allocated a budget of $1.05 million aimed and reducing deep fake related loss by up to 70% within the first year. Governance is equally critical. Clear responsibilities are assigned to the SICO, legal HR, and PR teams. We also engage in continuous threat intelligence, risk reassessment, and technology reviews to keep our defense adaptive and future proof. Thank you very much.